Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to show you how we totally stuffed up our product ordering. What we wish we'd known when we started our e-commerce business, in particular about inventory management, and what tools we're using now to fix our inventory levels. To start with, you may already know a little bit about our story. We started a sock business a few years ago and we have speed run every single mistake you could possibly make. We both don't have any background in fashion. We come from finance, and so if you think there's a mistake, we've probably made it. Inventory management was by no means any different, of course. We would regularly stock out of our best sellers and we would regularly overstock on our worst sellers until we decided to do something about it. To start with, I tried to fix this through Excel, and that was not pretty. It was super manual. I would download all of my information through Shopify. I'd export it out. I'd have to do lots of cleaning, and to be honest, it didn't even look that good. It was prone to errors. It took me ages, but it was better than nothing. Not to mention, you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't have a degree in mathematics, which I don't, where you can actually start to use machine learning on your stock levels. So if I had known this to begin with, I probably would have been in a much better position. Now that we've reached £500,000 a year and growing, it's probably a point where we can stick with the tools we've got from now until about 50 million. At least that's what we think at the moment. If you've had these errors, you're going through these errors, or you actually have a better solution, well then you're in the right place, because you're either going to learn or you're going to tell me what you did better. But this is what we've done. Number one, we have synced up our information with Prediko.io. They are an awesome tool which helps us do our planning, then doing our ordering, and then making sure it's all in one place so that we don't stock out and that we don't over order on those products where we don't need to have them. The second thing was we actually signed up with Incref, and these guys are the best in the business, or they're actually for those businesses such as Amazon, which is obviously ridiculous. We're not there yet, but it was fascinating to see how a small business could connect into their systems and then also grow with them. And the third thing we did was reach out to Mary Thomas, who is an amazing merchandiser and runs MTM, Mary Thomas Merchandising. And she spoke us through what we need to be doing with trading, how we should be thinking about our inventory levels. But in today's video, I want to take you through specifically how we can use Prediko. And if you're a business, really, I think anywhere from kind of 100 grand plus in revenue in pounds, all the way up to 50 million, I think this is a tool which you should look at and connect into. So I'm going to jump into the portal itself on Prediko, and I'm going to show you how I use it for everything from planning my orders, tracking my orders, and then some other functions around financing them as well. So jumping right in, you can see straight away that the information is plumbed in super easily through Shopify. You get a pretty quick view on your dashboard of what's happening in terms of unit stock, what's in transit, how much more you need to buy, your inventory cost, and the potential inventory value as well. We will then, I don't spend too much time here, to be honest. I just go straight into the plan. So jumping into the plan section, this is where the magic happens. Now, first of all, the software will give you an idea of what it thinks your sales are going to be over the course of the next year. You can go in yourself and manually review those numbers. I probably recommend that you do, just to make sure that it makes sense. Machine learning algorithms aren't going to know what you're spending on your marketing, or they're not going to know what you're spending every single day. So you should jump in, have a look at how it's going. How does it compare to plan? So last month, I should say, we were actually pretty much bang on the needle with what our plan was and what our sales actual were. We're probably in line again for that come September, but then as you can see, the numbers really increase. And I've taken what Prediko have done here as just a kind of a line in the sand, and I think I made a slight 10% increase in it because we've got some plans for marketing coming down the track. Once you've done that, and it seriously is just an idea of like, okay, follow what Prediko does and then put your intelligence on it and enter it yourself, you can then go into the buying table. And the buying table is going to look super familiar if you've tried to use this via Excel. But like I mentioned before, Excel is crazy. Obviously, it's going to work, but it's super manual, it's prone to errors, and you're always going to be updating it and making changes, where this is a straightforward workflow process, which I don't know why, to be honest, Shopify haven't done it. So I start straight away with the buy now table. The buy now table tells me exactly what I need to be doing in terms of making my POs. So I could go in and say, okay, how much should I be buying at any one time to make sure that I've got enough stock and that I'm not losing too much money? So if I go here and I go bang, okay, I'm going to select all of these and this is what it's telling me to buy now. It doesn't work for me because I've got a very high MOQ, so I need to go through and do a slight little bit of manual review. What I typically like to do personally is go in and say, okay, how much am I selling? How many units do I need to be buying? And then reviewing my ABC, or not always be closing, which is just what you should be having in terms of your stock levels. So I'm just going to go in straight away, and you can see quite quickly, let's just take the B's and do a line by line or a column by column. And you can change the columns if you want. I just go straight into the B's. This is our Bumblebee 4 to 7, which is typically a ladies UK size. And as you can see, okay, we're at risk. We have 49 days left currently. Given the fact of 49 days left of stock, given the fact that we have a 105-day lead time, that's going to be a massive issue for us. We're going to have stock out for 50 days. That's going to cost me £44 per day, which is obviously shocking news for me. So what do I need to do to change that? Well, I don't have any Bumblebee 4 to 7s coming yet. As you can see, there's 0 in transit, but I can quite quickly make a purchase of £857, which should arrive, say, I think it's 105 days, so that should arrive on the 21st of December. Obviously, we'll probably be out of stock by then, and we'll be going into the new year, but this is telling you, okay, what do you need to have into the new year to make sure that you've got enough stock available? So I'll just have a quick sense check. Okay, it's above my MOQ of 500. It's in my ABC category of A, and then I can continue. So another example, I'm going to be sold out. Actually, I'm already sold out of my Wales 7 to 11. I've got 500 of them coming. They're going to be coming, I think it's middle of October, but already it's telling me I need to be ordering more. So what am I going to be doing with that? Well, straight in, bang. Okay, and then I've added it to my orders. I have some nuances here around the different products. So let's jump into kids. Now, kids, for example, aren't actually selling that well, which is a shame because I think that they're a great sock and it's a great way to get, young kids into saving animals. But as you can see, in terms of the amount of stock that we have, where let's take our a 9 to 12 sock here of orangutans, we're actually only losing £7 per day if we don't have that in. So if I compare that to the massive, 40, 70 quid, what have you for my different other socks, it's not going to really be much of a needle mover. So I'm going to spend most of my time just reordering the stuff that is selling well. So to do that, what I'll do is I will just go straight in and click create PO. This straight away puts it into my suppliers. I've just removed the supplier's name there because he's a very busy man and he doesn't need, unfortunately, more customers at the moment. But when he does, I'll let you guys know. And then I can just go bang. Okay, this socks, does this work? How much is this going to cost me? What's my unit costs? And then is my MOQ being met? We're good to go. Okay, I create the draft PO. That will then come through as, whatever number you want to put through. And it's as simple as downloading this. Let's just say we export it as an Excel. And bang, straight away, I have a relatively pretty document that I can send straight away to my supplier. This is all in pounds, and I just send that across, and then I go back into Prediko, and let's just assume the person came back to me, or my supplier came back to me, and what do I do now? So I'm on my purchase order tab, and then I can quite quickly just click PO3. I can update that. Let's say it's actually been ordered and not just approved. Now that it's been ordered, it'll actually go through and update back into my plan document, and we can see that my Bumblebee 4 to 7s, which were on the buy now tab, are no longer there. We don't need to buy them. We're actually stocked up. So love this. That's really, I think, the magic of Prediko. I can just go in, create my order, track it through, and then see how often, how quickly is everything arriving to me at the right times. I think one of the things that I always come back to is like, how has Prediko come to this number of, okay, I need to buy 625 of this particular sock? And the answer is they do a whole lot of mathematics behind it that I'm sure someone could do if they were super smart, and these guys have those people. So it means that I don't have to overorder, and every single sock that I overorder is another sock that I can't bring out to save other animals. So it's obviously pretty crucial to us. In terms of rhythm for me, what I like to do is then go in on, say, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I probably need to get this down to a more refined art, but at the moment we're doing every 2 weeks. Just review, okay, what's our current order process? Do we have the right stock coming? Are they ordered right up in advance for kind of 3 months so that I'm not caught in January with no stock on hand? And we'll just keep doing that over the course of the next couple of months until we're into this great rhythm where hopefully we can then move to monthly. There's a few other sections of Prediko which I actually don't yet use. The one is around the raw materials, so you can actually track your raw materials. That's maybe a bit more advanced for us. We're not buying the raw materials for our supplier. We're buying them straight and complete from the factory at the moment, but maybe we change that in the future. The other section which we are using is around the finance part of the app. Now, we're quite lucky that we've been approved actually for £10,000, which we're going to be using for our incoming stock order, and that's just to make sure that our working capital is a bit more optimized. I'm looking forward to actually going through that process and kind of getting the money in and funding it through finance rather than funding it through ourselves. Hopefully we can start to unlock a bit more working capital. This was so easy to do. If I just click get funded, I should be able to go, what is the purpose of the loan? Okay, planned inventory level. Okay, bang, I can do it for this particular purchase order. Click continue. Let's say I want £3,000. I don't owe any at the moment. I'm self-funded, and then bang, get funded, it's submitted. And then I got a lovely email from a gent called Cyrus, who's their head of finance. He asked me a few questions like, what are we thinking of doing with the business? What's our management plan? So I just shared our accounting with him, and it was as simple as that. We got the data back, I think it was in like maybe 2 or 3 days. So relatively quickly, if you consider what banks are used to in terms of approvals for small businesses. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Prediko has helped us so much in terms of making sure we're not stocked out, making sure we've got the right amount of our socks which aren't selling as well, i.e. as low as possible. And yeah, I think we're in a much better position for that. We're trying to operationalize all of the different types of small functions, which maybe I spent probably like half a day a month on previously, and trying to get them done via technology, both to save time, but also to be more accurate and let the experts do it. I think there's a few other things I probably mentioned. You can add on as many users as you want. So the whole team has access to this. We get an email as well, which I absolutely love. I'll share that email with you now. They also send you a daily email about your inventory insights. This is so helpful for us because we quite regularly stock out. And if we didn't have something that was just quite precise, very small, one liner that says, okay, you're about to stock out of this particular sock, swap it. Make sure that you've got either, it's not up on the website, or you've removed it, or you've got actually stock back in the warehouse which you need to replenish, then you're good to go. And so I love that. The team gets this, and we update our website off the back of it because of it. So thanks everyone for watching today. Hopefully you learned something. As Candid Founders, we're just trying to share our growing business and what is working and what is not working for us. So if you liked it, then please like, follow, and subscribe for more. And of course, hit that comment button if you've got any questions. Thank you so much, especially to a few of our customers, or a few of our viewers, I should say, who have given us some amazing ideas. Hit that email button, which you can find on our About Our page as well, and we'll get back to you. Thanks everyone.